What happens when a late-night comedian unveils a 50-year-old secret that exposes a stable genius for what he really is? Jimmy Kimmel shatters Donald Trump's carefully crafted myth live on TV, revealing his SAT score, and it's not what anyone expected. The moment the joke stops and the truth hits like a bombshell. In the grand theater of American public life, there is often a vast canyon between a leader's public persona and the private truth. For decades, one of the most carefully crafted personas has been that of Donald Trump, the very stable genius.
Will you be tweeting differently once you board the Air Force One?
No, that's other people that do that. I don't. I'm very consistent. I'm a very stable genius.
But what happens when a late-night comedian armed with a sense of humor and a newly unearthed 50-year-old document decides to call the biggest bluff in modern political history? This is not just a story about a joke. It's about the stunning fact-based takedown of a myth. The title captures the moment the laughter stopped and the truth took over. Trump mocked Harvard grads. Jimmy Kimmel releases his 1965 SAT card on live TV.
I tried to ignore the news. I tried to disconnect. It's impossible. You can't turn him off. He won't power down. He's like Ultron. He just keeps going. Every day, it's something crazier than the next. I made a list. This is all in the last 2 months. I made a quick list. I will run through it. He paved over the Rose Garden. He's building a golden ballroom at the White House. He's planning a UFC fight at the White House.
The monologue on Jimmy Kimmel Live began like any other, with a host expertly weaving through the political absurdities of the day. His main target was Donald Trump, who had just held a rally where he spent a significant amount of time mocking a Harvard-educated economist. Kimmel played a searing montage of clips. Trump at various rallies over the years, sneering at Harvard idiots, calling his opponents low IQ, and repeatedly, almost obsessively boasting about his own great brain and his time at the Wharton School of Finance. The audience laughed on cue, but Kimmel's expression turned serious as the clips ended. You know, he said, pacing his stage. For a guy who was so completely obsessed with everyone else's grades, test scores, and where they went to school, he has guarded his own school records like they're the last copy of the Home Alone 2 DVD. It's been one of the great enduring mysteries. He leaned into the camera, adopting the serious, moralistic tone his audience has come to expect. His own former lawyer, Michael Cohen, even testified under oath that Trump threatened his high school, his colleges, and the college board with lawsuits if they ever release his grades or his scores.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Think about that. What kind of person threatens to sue their old gym teacher? It really makes you wonder, what in the world is he so afraid of us seeing? Kimmel paused, and a mischievous grin spread across his face. Well, tonight, my friends, after months of our team of investigative researchers in Guillermo was a huge help on this. Digging through dusty archives, we finally found it. It's the document he never wanted the world to see. He gestured dramatically to the giant screen behind him. "Ladies and gentlemen," he announced, his voice filled with the flair of a magician, revealing his greatest trick. "I give you the official 1965 College Board SAT scorecard of one Donald J. Trump." An image of a vintage-style scorecard filled the screen, the name clearly visible.
Isn't that sweet? He's confusing me with one of his sons again. Wow, do you think he's flirting with me? What is this? When I die, I would like that to be the clip they play at the Emmys in memoriam montage. He even worked my wife in there. Should I be worried that Trump has mentioned my wife more times at his rallies this year than his own?
A hush fell over the studio audience, a mixture of anticipation and disbelief. All right, America, are you ready? The moment of truth. The official SAT score of the very stable genius is Kimmel squinted at the screen for comedic effect. A grand total of 970 out of 1,600. The audience was quiet for a beat, processing the number before a wave of laughter and shock gas broke. Kimmel held up his hands, providing the devastating context. Now, to put that in perspective for those of you who might have forgotten your sad days, the national average for all high school students in America that year was 980. That's right, The man who has spent half a century calling Harvard graduates stupid himself scored below the average American teenager. The studio erupted. Kimmel, sensing the moment, piled on. This explains so much. We also got some of his answers to the sample question. What is similar about a grape and an orange? Trump said they're both types of soda. What is 30 minus 7? Trump said my approval rating. Okay, maybe not.